Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
In Chesterfield Township, he rams a car with an elderly couple inside. He robs them. He's quickly taken down, and late today he had a lot to say to a judge.
Just shut your mouth. Shut up.
Fireworks inside a public meeting involving State Senator Pete Lucido. The lawmaker under fire for comments he made to a female reporter.
We're going to start things off at 6 here, though, with the local forecasters declaring a severe weather alert across Metro Detroit. Up to 8 inches of snow look to be coming our way this weekend. That winter storm on our doorstep. The snow starting to fall a little bit later tonight.
Yeah, Brandon is in for Ben with what to expect over the next 24 hours or so. Brandon?
Want to make sure everybody knows you're okay for your evening plans. You're heading to the Red Wings game, perhaps, or just out to dinner, movie with the family, no problems. We have middle 20s. Wind chills are in the middle teens, so you need to layer up for that if you're going to be out and about. But it's really closer to midnight that we expect the snow to start coming down and then coming down pretty heavy. So you're in the 20s. The rest of your evening. The National Weather Service has us under a winter storm warning that starts at 10 p.m., but really this is for the overnight hours. 5 to 8 inches or more of snow in a pretty short amount of time. North Zone has a winter weather advisory, 3 to 5, 3 to 6 inches of snow, and this is just one of our computer models that is pretty consistent with 5 to 8 inches right in the heart of Metro Detroit. Just a little bit less over into Ontario and perhaps into our north zone as well. And as Devin said, it's right on our doorstep. If you are heading out and about, you need to track this. You can do it on your own. Our local forecasters app, it's free in your app store under WDIV. We've got improvements, we've got nuances, we've got interactive radar, the best weather app in the country. It's ours, and you want to get it for free.
All right, Brandon, let's get to breaking news now from Howell, where a father accidentally shot himself in the parent pickup line at an elementary school. Happened this afternoon at Three Fires Elementary School. Investigators say the father had a concealed weapon and the weapon accidentally discharged. He was rushed to the hospital and at this hour is in critical condition, though we are told it's expected he is going to survive it. Students were sheltered in place but were allowed to leave shortly after.
New video shows the moments after this Waterford man was arrested for driving 130 miles an hour in a Tesla down I-75.
I'm going to get out of jail in like an hour, and then I'm going to just do exactly what I was doing.
Well, that's Jordan Slinga in the back of a Troy police car. Police say he was test driving the Tesla, speeding down I-75 near Adams Road earlier this month in the overnight hours. Officers tracked him down on Big Beaver and were finally able to arrest him. Then he started to threaten them.
I'm gonna kill you. You understand that? I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna kill you.
While inside jail, you can hear the man swearing at officers. Police say he also threatened to burn down the police department when he's released. He's facing a long list of charges and was given a $10,000 bond. We'll show you more of the video coming up tonight on Local 4 News at 11.
Now to a terrifying morning for one family in Macomb County.
They were rear-ended and it was no accident. Police say the driver responsible got out of the car, pointed a gun at the family, then tried to steal from them. It happened in Chesterfield Township on Fairchild near 23 Mile Road. Sean Lay has video of police getting the suspect off the streets.
Well, good evening from Chesterfield Township. People we're talking to tonight say this is absolutely outrageous. Investigators telling us they believe this guy was so desperate to rob someone for drug money that early this morning he was hanging out here on 23 Mile near Chesterfield, right in front of the Meijer, looking for just the right victim. This is 32-year-old Simon Donka from Sterling Heights, and he had a lot to say in a new Baltimore court today.
I know I've done a terrible mistake. I would have never done this terrible mistake if I wasn't influenced on drugs.
That terrible mistake caught on camera. Watch closely. 12:30 this morning on Fairchild, just north of 23 Mile in Chesterfield Township. Police say Donka intentionally rear-ends a car, forcing it to spin out.
Our victims come to the side of the road, come to a stop, and feel they were involved in a traffic crash. They're innocently thinking nothing suspicious is going on.
This was no accident. The victims, a woman driving her two elderly parents home, say Donka demanded her purse and her mother's purse, and he made it clear that he had a gun.
If you don't give me that purse, I'm going to shoot you.
When she was unable to reach her purse in the back seat, he pointed the weapon at her mother, who was seated in the back seat, and told her that she'd give him the purse or she'd be shot.
Donka drove off and drove right by a Macomb County Sheriff's deputy, and watch. At gunpoint, deputies easily take Donka down.
I don't even have a gun. I don't own a gun. I've shot one gun my entire life, and now it's up north.
They believed the item that you had with you to be a gun.
We are live tonight. So what was in his hands? Police say no gun was found, but a hammer was found, and the judge says it did not matter if he did not have a gun or not. He indicated he had a gun. The victims believed he had a gun. So tonight, Donka is being charged with 2 counts of armed robbery and felonious assault for that rear ending of the trio in that car. He's being held on $100,000 bond. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4.
Right, Sean. New tonight, a jury has found a Sterling Heights man who claimed insanity guilty but mentally ill in the murder of a grandfather. That grandfather was stabbed to death at a Utica park. After his arrest in 2018, Miguel Mansour told police that he sees aliens and stabbed Mike Sharita because he thought he was an alien. Sharita was at the park for his grandson's first birthday party when Mansour killed him. The guilty but mentally ill verdict means Mansour will still be sentenced for murder, but that the jury also found that he has a mental illness, and that'll be taken into account.
Well, things got heated this morning at a coffee meetup hosted by State Senator Pete Lucido in Macomb County.
Lucido's supporters and critics went at it as he briefly addressed the controversy that came over comments he made toward a reporter in Lansing this week. The comment in question happened in front of a group of boys from De La Salle High School at the state capitol. Michigan Advance reporter Allison Donahue says Lucido told her, and this was the quote from her, she says he said, "You should hang around. You could have fun with these boys, or they could have a lot of fun with you." Nick Monticelli tried to get answers from Lucido at the meeting.
Good evening. This was a scheduled event. They call it Coffee and Conversation with Pete's here in Washington Township. The crowd was actually about double what it normally is. Half of them supporting the senator, the other half not so much.
Just shut your mouth. Shut up.
Tension in the room came to a boiling point almost immediately. Those angry with the senator versus those supporting him.
You be quiet. I'm talking now. I listen to you. Shut up. Shut your mouth. I'll talk over you for an hour. Just shut your mouth and sit down.
He had no business treating women that way.
Senator Peter Lucido spent the first 10 minutes addressing this controversy, saying he can't say much because of a fact-finding protocol in the Senate. He did reiterate his apology and was asked if he'd do something differently.
I'm not sure yet, Nick. I really not. I want to go ahead and digest everything that's occurred at this point, and then I'll be able to make a statement.
We also asked the senator if he had reached out to Donahue personally to apologize. He said he can't because of the protocols. However, that didn't go into effect until much later on Wednesday. Lucido did not want to elaborate. I have a question and you're walking away from me, so don't.
You know what?
You said
I just told you to respect me.
And you're not respecting me because you said something I have to clarify. You said, I asked you, did you reach out to Allison? And you said, I can't, I'm not allowed to. You could have before fact-finding began. So did you try before that started?
I'm not allowed to state anything at this time.
During the meeting, there were brief comments made from the crowd, passionate on both sides.
What the senator said, yeah, it could be taken a different way. But you know what? Why is everybody got to draw a line?
There aren't many ways to interpret. I bet those boys would have a lot of fun with you in another way. That can be taken one way.
Now, we asked about the timeline of this fact-finding mission happening in the Senate. The senator said there is no timeline. In Washington Township, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
Well, for the first time in 7 weeks, we are hearing from the head of Eagle on the collapsed Detroit riverfront site.
Now, yesterday, the State Environmental Agency blasted a remediation plan submitted by Detroit Bulk Storage, calling it inadequate. Today, the head of the agency talked with Defender Karen Drew, and she is doing some finger pointing here, Karen.
Yeah, she sure is. She's had a lot to say about that growing green sinkhole along the riverfront. Very upset with the company that caused the mess. She also defends Eagle's late response to the dock collapse.
The dock collapses, the contaminated soil goes into the river, and it takes a while for everyone to exactly know what was going on. What was the problem there?
Well, let's be clear. We didn't hear from our federal partners, right? So they knew this had happened and nobody gave us a call.
And as we all know, this huge green sinkhole is the result. Filled with what? Well, we aren't sure because no one's tested the water inside that sinkhole that's surrounded by contaminated soil. When I asked the director that question, listen closely. She doesn't answer my question.
What about the water being tested actually in the sinkhole? It's this green, funky looking color, and it appears that the tests have not been actually drawn from that sinkhole.
Yeah, so the sinkhole obviously is developing and we're concerned about the size of it, right? We're concerned about the dissolved solids. We're concerned about what's going on in there. We absolutely want to continue working with the company to make sure the company needs to do this. They're the responsible party.
The director is blasting Detroit Bulk Storage for how the company is handling its own mistake and its proposed plan to fix it.
It's not good enough, not only for our concerns around public health, but also for the health of the river. And so we're going to continue to keep their feet to the fire.
If they don't meet the remediation, what can you do or what is next?
Well, we've got tools at our disposal and we'll certainly work through those.
I also found out Eagle did survey the area of the collapsed dock and soils. The sonar measured river depth for mapping to learn the extent of the collapsed material, and they were out there today doing that.
Yeah.
So what happens after all of this now?
That's what we've asked every day, isn't it?
I know, there's so many
changing.
steps in this.
Yes.
Well, they didn't like their plan, remember? So now they have to have their new remediation plan next Thursday, the 24th. I have a feeling between now and then there's going to be some major development.
This is just one of the many areas that we've been watching, and that's why Ms. Clark will be my guest Sunday morning on Flashpoint, and we'll talk about all of these hazard sites that we're watching.